You've been there, laying in bed, replaying conversations in head, spiraling thoughts, mind racing, imagining worst case scenarios. But here's the problem. While your mind is racing with these spiraling thoughts, your life remains as is, standing still. Overthinking doesn't just waste time. It actually steals barakah from your life. And let me explain how. Here's point number 1. Overthinking kills action. You start delaying a project, a business, content, especially with content creators, and you go into this whole spiral of what ifs. What are people gonna think? If I'm gonna look cringe as hell. You guys, by the way, I look so cringe, like on my videos and everything. Like, you guys have no idea. Behind the scenes, especially, it's a whole different story. You need to stop living in your head and start living in your hands. Huge difference. We often think that our overthinking will bring us clarity, but really, it's the actions that bring clarity. Once you take an action, that's the only time you're gonna realize what worked and what doesn't work. Barakah comes with action plus tawakkul, not overthinking. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours thinking, because it drains your brain energy so much that you could have used that energy to actually put it into an action. Was there a time in your life where you thought about something all day, sitting in one place or in your house all day, just thinking and thinking and thinking, and the outcome of it was zero? Allah says in Qur'an, by time, indeed, mankind is in loss, except those who believe, do righteous deeds, and advise each other to truth and patience. Notice here one thing. Let me tell you. Surah Al-Asr is all about time and how doomed we are unless we take action. So Allah is talking about doing righteous deeds after belief, righteous deeds, and advise each other to truth and patience. Both of these things are action. Practical thinking is still fine. You need to be actually able to sit down and make a plan, write down things, cross things out, etc., etc. But overthinking, if you get into this spiraling thoughts, immediately get out of it. Point number 2, overthinking wastes your energy. Energy is a form of rizq. It is a barakah, and you don't want to waste it. The more you save your energy, the more you'll be able to put it into action. Remember, overthinking wastes a lot of time, a lot of mental energy compared to if you were to actually go and take an action. Action does not take as much energy as much as overthinking does. So you only have so much focus in your day, and if you just keep overthinking, it will rob you out of your clarity. Barakah means doing more with less. Overthinking means doing less with more. Here's point number 3. So overthinking pulls you out of the present moment. So barakah is not just about time. It's about being fully present in the moment that Allah has given you. So while you're overthinking, you're not fully present here. You're either trapped in the past or you're trapped in the future. So in order to be fully present, you need to stop overthinking, and this is a form of barakah and blessings. You can't really notice Allah's blessings and barakah if you're not fully present in the moment. So here's what Allah says. Indeed, the friends of Allah, there will be no fear upon them, nor they grieve. So normally when we grieve, what do? We grieve about the past. And when we worry, it's about the future. And what does Allah say? The friends of Allah are those who don't grieve nor worry. So the friends of Allah will be in the present moment. That means they are the ones who don't overthink. Point number 4. Overthinking weakens tawakkul. What is real tawakkul? It's like doing your best, leaving the rest to Allah, right? Overthinking, on the other hand, means you think that you can control the outcome. This is what you're telling Allah. So the more you overthink, the more you don't trust Allah to handle it. You think that you can handle all this. And we don't want to do that. Now, trusting Allah does not mean that you're going to get the same outcome as you imagined. Trusting Allah means that even if you didn't get the outcome as you imagined, you think that you are still on the right path and Allah is directing you towards something that is going to be unique and different from everybody else. Sometimes Allah directs us into certain path which we have not imagined ever. It's completely opposite. And 10, 20, 15 years later, you realize that yes, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have been this person today. Point number 5, and that's the last one. Overthinking blocks gratitude. And this is what many people forget. Barakah comes from gratitude. So when you're stuck overthinking, you are not being grateful. And what happens when you're not being grateful? Your barakah does not grow. You need to be able to water the seeds of barakah for it to grow, and then the gratitude will grow. What happens when you are grateful? Your blessings increase, correct? Your barakah increase. And if you're overthinking and you're not being grateful, what's going to happen? The opposite. So I'll give you an example. Recently, I gave a speech in front of 250 and 300 people, and that was my first time last month ever. First time. And honestly, I did not overthink this. I only practiced. I only put my action into it, right? And I had a belief that, okay, yeah, I'll do it, right? So what happened when the day actually came? 2 minutes before my speech, I was like sitting still and I was thinking, okay, let's just do this. Don't overthink this. Let's just do this, right? Went on the stage. My heart started beating for about like 30 seconds in the beginning because it was my first time, right? And then everything stopped and I started giving the speech with like so much confidence, and it was amazing. And I started having fun, and I was like, asking questions, and I was like, speaking and everything. And I just forgot about those whole, nervousness and everything. Like I did not overthink this at all. And honestly, I was grateful that I was getting a platform to speak, and Allah put a lot of blessings and barakah in it, and I nailed it. Honestly, everybody loved it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And people literally ended up liking that speech so much that they came up to me and they were like, okay, you have inspired us to see a different perspective that we have never seen before. So I'm at the end of this video and I'm extremely tired. I'm just probably gonna go to bed after praying Isha. But overthinking will literally leave you with nothing. No peace, no progress, no action, nothing. You will just be like standing still, sitting still all day without an outcome. And it will rob you out of your barakah. Did you get some sort of relief after watching this video? If you did, leave me a comment saying it helped me. I hope you find this useful and sleep better tonight. Remember to save your energy so you can take more action. Right now, I'm just gonna go to bed and save my energy so I can do more tomorrow. Peace.